Hello, I'm going to talk about the impact of Andy Warhol in popular culture based on his works of pop art. First of all, what is pop art? It is a visual art movement that has a characteristic of having a sense of optimism during the post-war consumer boom between 50s and 60s. This movement started in England, but is most associated with the work of New York artists in the 60s, and was a reaction against abstract expressionism. American pop artists look for commonplace objects and people of everyday life, in this way seeking to elevate popular culture to the level of fine art. This movement has become one of the most famous styles of modern art. Andy Warhol was the most successful commercial illustrator in New York and became the leading artist of pop art. He explored other areas besides painting. He looked for filmmaking, video installations, and writing. He has a studio known as a factory, and there he worked in his paints, films, and portraits. Warhol is known for his creativity and his ability into turning everyday objects into popular culture icons. He was considered like the one that raises the popularity of pop art, and even sometimes he is considered as the father of pop art. He remains as one of the most influential figures in contemporary art and culture. His elevations to the status of popular icon represent a new kind of fame and celebrity for fine artists. Andy Warhol's artworks have two different subject matters. The first one was looking and capturing the beauty of the simplicity of objects in normal life. On the other hand, the other subject matter was that he made portraits of people. Most of them were famous. But I'm only going to focus on the first subject matter, the everyday objects. For example, the Heinz tomato ketchup box. In this work of art, he accomplished to take something as simple as a ketchup box and make it famous. But what does Warhol wanted to transmit with these images or paintings? A quote of Andy says, "Everything has its beauty, but not everyone sees it." And that was the message he wanted to transmit with his artwork in the everyday objects. For example, one of his most famous paintings is the Campbell soup can, which is an everyday object. When they asked him why he painted it, he said, "I want to paint nothing. I was looking for something that was the essence of nothing, and that was it." As we can see, he finds the beauty in simple things. He wanted to transmit with his artworks that everyone should like everything and everyone, no matter how simple it is. He took the everyday objects and approached them on an artistic scale similar to someone that is famous, and became accepted as worthy or valuable. He made that all the products he painted were desirable. The mediums he used to transmit it were paintings or drawings, because it's easier to analyze his message in a visual way. Andy Warhol is an icon for popular culture, because he changed the perspective of ordinary objects in mass media, mass culture, and provokes consumerism, because the very common things that the people use in the day-to-day are now shown in an artistic way that call the attention of the people in all social levels powerfully. He created a form of view that weren't exclusive for some people. Instead, he made everyone appreciate his work. He breaks the paradigms of social classes and creates something that the most of people likes. He suggests that publicity and art can fuse together, and that was what he made. He made a revolution in arts for the entire world, because he manipulates the mediums to make simplicity as another form of art. Whether people like him or hate him, everyone agrees he made a change in the world in general. He wanted to all the world see his art, and how the simple things can really be extraordinary. He didn't paint, film, or write for a specific group of persons, so he changed the culture in a massive way, for general public, and that's how he became an icon in popular culture. He is still part of popular culture because after 27 years of his death, he remains as part as an icon in art for the Americans. He once said and predicted that in the future everyone will be famous for 15 minutes, because he saw that everything in media was changing very fast and not all the artists will last. Despite his prediction was right, in conclusion we can say he's still part of a popular American culture, because his paintings and all his works are nowadays parts of American culture, even if he made it many years ago, because everything he did is still popular and still has an influence in American perception of ordinary things, and art itself.